Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Media TrueNerd, and welcome back to Stellaris Megacorp, where the war in heaven rages, or to be precise, it doesn't. It doesn't at all. It really should be over by now, but it's not, because the bastards are refusing to surrender. Because, yeah, the Zelvan arbitrators over here, they're just sort of, hanging around saying, no, we're not exhausted of this war at all. Absolutely no exhaustion whatsoever, no attrition whatsoever, no ground battles whatsoever. They've lost like 1,000 armies, but that doesn't bother them in the flipping slightest. I've taken the preserve off them. I am bombing their homeworld right now. They don't have a fleet left. They don't actually have a single fleet that I'm aware of left. They've got like some armies over here, but there's only like 12 armies. It's not that much. It's like 1,500. I can send a small force over there just to actually take that out. And I think they don't have the production facilities or the economy to actually rebuild their fleet, but they're just refusing to give up. So that's interesting. We may just need to wait for them to chill out and for time to tick by, which is not great because it's 2532, meaning in about 18 years, and it's already like July, so yeah, more like 17 and a half, the game's going to start rolling for the end game crisis. And if I'm still stuck in this stupid war, and thus I've got all this territory I can't actually get rid of, because I'm not allowed to actually create new empires unless I'm at peace, that's going to be awkward, because right now my economy is not in flipping good shape. But there is one bit of very, very good news, as some people did indeed spot. The tenants of Tabby are not dead. They're fine. They survived because they took this tiny bit of land over here. All of their original territory has been absolutely flipping destroyed. But over here, no, they're totally safe, nestled in the protective bosom of the Infinite Pond. I mean, they are battered. I think they've got, like, no fleet left at all. They've got a handful of armies over here, but they're battered too. And Naphthy is, most definitely not one of their worlds. They took it off someone. I'm not sure who they took it off originally. Possibly the Elegant? I'm not sure. But, as a world, it seems to be working right now. It seems to be okay. They've got food, they've got energy, they've probably got enough minerals when you factor in the various star bases and mining platforms dotted around as well. Yeah, I think they're actually doing alright. They're doing alright here. And there we go. 5 tabbies in the ruling class. And it's, well, apparently half Ganvius, half Emissara. So a plant that had sex with a snail is also functioning as a merchant. But the tabbies are very much making up the ruling class there. Very, very nice indeed. And other than that, it's a very nice mixed society. Everything's lovely. So the tabbies are fine. They did not die. We're still going to get some revenge on these guys because, the nice thing about the tabbies not being dead is they've probably got the best claims on this territory. So if I just go and take it over, it probably won't move into my possession. It'll probably be restored to the tenants of Tabby because they've got the best claims on the space. So that's worth keeping an eye on. We'll definitely keep an eye on all of that. For now, we're just a bit busy holding on to this space, but there's a lot of people here in the Queptilium capital, so, oh bloody hell, that's a lot of side ships, and that's unfortunately a lot of people that are going to know about warp drives sooner rather than later. Dear oh flipping dear. Right, are we actually bombing the core right now, by the way? Because one of you should be bombing the core if you're not already. Please get on with bombing. Oh no, you can't bomb the core because these bastards insist on repeatedly invading and then cancelling the invasion, which is really screwing us over. Well, at least we can bombard Boundary. So yeah, both the capital worlds of both players in the War in Heaven are currently being bombarded. Hopefully, once we actually take their capitals, the Zelvans will be in the mood to come to the negotiating table. And actually, not all of these worlds are that well guarded. Brother has only got itself, about 2,500 in strength. Mother is about 1,800. Cradle, which we're currently bombarding, is still at 2,000 and dropping. You know, we may as well actually split these off. We may as well, just start working on all of this simultaneously. Why not? So, you guys get over there. Let's just actually start bombarding all of these worlds simultaneously. Oh, I love that beautiful Titan. Yeah, I just love the avian designs, but the avian Titan with its big spiky bits. Yeah, that's particularly beautiful. Right, all 3 of their core worlds being bombarded simultaneously. I've got 1,000 army strength right here and a level 5 general commanding it. Meanwhile, the beast should be training up a whole bunch of new stuff. Now, Though we can't actually free these territories I'm taking over for the time being, I do need to... Oh, I've got a lot of territories. I've got a flipping lot of territories. I'm upgrading them to actually make them workable, because when I do free them, they've got to be able to stand up by themselves. So, yeah, let's just check the big problems here. Like, the preserve doesn't have enough food to actually support itself, so we probably want to give those guys, yes, actually, why have I given them... Okay, I've given them everything but what they actually need. They don't need those mining districts. They need food. They need to be able to not die. Zygo 1's looking okay, actually. That's looking pretty decent. All they really need is some consumer goods. So that's fine. I've given them a few basic districts. But after they're done with that, yeah, they could just do with civilian industries, which we'll be able to afford at the end of this next month. Money's a bit low right now. And apparently I'm sitting on giant piles of... influence I'm not doing anything with. Do I have anything I can spend that on, or am I physically incapable of spending that fast enough? I think that's actually what's going on here, yes. Okay, go for capacity overload. That's probably why we've got a problem with the economy right now, and farming subsidies too, and go on, flipping land of opportunity and diplomatic grants, because we're getting +8 right now, thanks to the fact that we've got nothing to spend unity on either. Go on, why not? And screw it, let's just get more minerals in too. Ah, that's more flippin' like it. Everything looks a lot more healthy now. Civilian industries, we're actually up to +2,000 there. And that means I can sell a handful less alloys, because, yeah, right now I do need the alloys. A lot of my fleets have been quite badly damaged. So, if I'm making about that, yeah, I can actually reduce that quite significantly. Make that change, carry on. Move over to the fleets as well. We could probably just get a whole bunch of reinforcements piling in. Bloody hell, that's a lot of star bases though. Oh yeah, there's a lot of damage has been done here. A very large amount of damage. Right, just spent down a giant pile of alloys on a giant pile of reinforcements for Murder of Ganvius and First Murder. The Grand Murder is really suffering. Those guys have taken one hell of a battering. What's the situation of Murder of the Fallen, by the way? You guys are just chilling out there for some reason. Right, well, get on with doing something more productive, please. Ah, yes, and as for the Heart people, I believe you guys have only got, yeah, one planet. So, the Plasma Forces may as well just slowly make their way north. Just basically go through your entire empire and then just take this world. Then we can just start working on Rayab Enterprises and start reunifying. No reason not to mop up all these guys. It's possible the Pax Romana will want some of this territory too. In fact, I think I may be a little bit behind the times here. Yeah, the actual Sakit have moved in for that exact purpose, though I'm not sure they're going to be able to actually win that fight. They might struggle, and the entire game is struggling, by the way. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to send in last plasma to reinforce momentarily. Actually, you know what? You're already there. Just go and take care of this. Then go and take care of this. You, after you're done, are you actually fighting right now? Yeah, you should be fighting that star base, but that should go down in no time at all. In which case, yeah, just head over here. You guys just reunify. I don't want the Sakit armies to be destroyed, so actually, it looks like they'll win handily. I'm guessing they've got the tech advantage there. Oh yeah, this is all tier 3 stuff. I'm pretty sure the Sakit are more advanced than that these days. Actually, no, the Sakit are still using tier 1 weaponry, but somehow they've won the battle anyway, which means they can get straight on with the invasion of their one planet. How well guarded is it? Not great, but after a bit of bombardment, they'll be fine. Oh, that does remind me of something, by the way. Really interesting suggestion that's been coming out of the comments. Sorry, I forgot to mention this last time. So, yeah, people were saying trade can utilize gateways. So if I just actually build a gateway in Foundation, then the trade can skip directly from Foundation to Ospra, and thus not need to go through this whole path, avoid Ganvius space entirely, and then those patrol fleets can actually be put to work on much more productive business elsewhere, fighting wars and all of that stuff. So, in all fairness, each patrol fleet is like 45 fleet capacity by itself. That's not nothing. That's not nothing at all. That's like over 5% of my entire fleet capacity just on pirate duties that it doesn't really need to be on. So I will probably get to that at some point, building a gateway in Foundation purely so the trade can skip straight to Ospra that way. Ah, I'm starting to see the problem here. The price of alloys, despite holding up for such a very long time, is finally starting to crash in the face of me selling so many of them in the market to actually prop up my economy. So I try and sell them for 8, but the price is down to 7. Okay, I need to reduce the amount I'm selling. I'm willing to accept slightly less money, but I do need to keep selling them. I'll sell them for 6. That's still a decent enough price. Meanwhile, I have totally collapsed the price of food, but honestly, that's fine because that just makes it cheaper for other people to buy. So, you know what? You're welcome, Galaxy. So, all quiet on the Zelven front while we just basically take over their homeworlds. The Queptiliums, however, what are you guys actually doing? What do you have left? There's like 15,000 there. That's nothing. They're actually ignoring their homeworld and instead, yeah, sending some small raiding fleets directly into Prosnaken space. That's the dwarves, isn't it? It was, but now there's elves, alright? Dwarves and elves fighting side by side in a war. Oh, that's just perfect, isn't it? Yeah, here we go. So they've got all this space up here. And other than that, they've not got much. Yeah, we've pretty much eliminated their fleets as well. So, okay. What's this? Maybe they've got something else floating around here. No, that's a tiny Bernathi force. Again, tiny Bernathi force. Nothing major at all. Now, there is actually... Hello. There's a decent-sized Rayab fleet coming in. Are you guys 100% sure you want to do that? Because that's 22,000 strength you're about to just throw into a meat grinder. But if you want to, I'm not going to stop ya. Oh, it's not just them, actually. It's everything that the Bernathi have. It's what's left of the Heart People fleets. Oh, they're all coming after me. They all want to desperately pick off Last Plasma. It's everything. It's flipping everything. But the game's struggling to deal with it. And they're not all clustered together. Oh, no. The 22,000's going in first. This is not what you want to do. This is not what you want to do at all. This is my space. So you've lost the benefits of the Harmony traditions, and I've still got those benefits. So the artillery has done a huge amount of damage already. There are quite a few corvettes here. Last Murder is not necessarily well suited to this sort of thing. Their cruisers will go down in no time whatsoever flipping ever. The small corvettes might actually have a surprising amount of survivability. Do I actually want to send in reinforcements in the form of First Plasma? No, they're backing off. They know that that's not going to fly. I mean, I could just go and actually... Yeah, screw it. Let's see if we can actually cut off the retreat. Yeah, there's nothing left. They just can't penetrate the armor. Even if it takes us a while, they cannot get through. And I can do without the Unity for the time being. I might do that later. I'm just a little bit low on the old energy at the time being. Yes. Right, you know what? You... head over here. You're already fully repaired. That's amazing. Let's actually just start encircling these guys. Yeah, the Heart People don't really know what they want to do, but my major forces are already arriving. We're going to pick off some of the Heart forces immediately. Oh, yeah. Look at that. That's just flipping beautiful. Straight on to actually claiming the system. They're actually trying to make their way down over here. If they want to do that, we'll intercept them with First Plasma. First Plasma will definitely be outmaneuvering them. That system belongs to me at this point. If you can catch these guys, start heading in that direction, but I think you'll struggle because you are the slow battlecruiser fleet. But then again, you are getting all sorts of benefits of, yeah, an extra, 10% sublight speed of the megastructures. So if you're lucky, you might just be able to get a shot in. I think you've actually got battle engaged. Yep, you've engaged something. Yep, they've all been pulled in. They've all been pulled in. Perdition Beam actually just annihilates all of that. Those guys are melting and they will not be able to. Oh, yeah. And now we've got the armies. Beautiful. Right, so that force has been taken care of. You can basically just wipe out this force. And then as soon as you're done with that, head up here. We'll be able to completely clear up this bit of space, and whatever residual resistance is left, they're pretty much done at this point. They can't do a thing to me. Oh, and here's some good news. So, the Shazarak appear to be actually attacking into the actual space of the Fallen Empire, which is very, very nice indeed. Potentially, they want to have some of it for themselves. Yeah, the Solution Fleet, 26,000, but plenty enough to just knock over this basic platform. I think they're actually heading towards these worlds. I can't imagine they're going to be able to claim them, but then I guess if no one else has got a claim in a total war, they just kind of get it by default. So, fine. Help yourselves, I suppose. Ah, now this is interesting. The Zelvens have actually managed to put together a tiny, tiny fleet. It's like 8,000 total. So, I would say, yes, the Almet Syndicate, just deploy these guys back over here. let's actually just go hunting these guys down, please. Let's just go hunt them down. Oh, and by the way, I think all the edicts just wore off. That's fine. Will to Power and Grand Fleet, those are all 100% fine. And production targets and research grants back on as well. Spot on. Okay, the army's up to 1,500. Not great, but it'll do. What's left dotted around these parts of the world? 1,000 there, 1,500 there. Cradle still, actually that's 1,000 too. Maybe we'll just weaken these guys a tiny bit more. But given we've got the general and they don't, we should be able to walk in on that. I just don't want these guys to take damage, because I do actually need them to take over a fair few planets in this part of the world. And once they're done, they need to move over to Queptilium space and do the same thing. Now, I can't help but notice that, yeah, these guys have actually pulled back and are currently all hanging out in one bit of space. Ah. They're hanging out next to this 60,000 strong platform. That's where they're hiding and that's where they're rebuilding. Fine. You just need to head over there and knock that out, please. But then again, I could just actually deploy one of my other fleets to deal with that too. Honestly, that's fine. Murder of the Fallen is... It's not doing so bad. Actually, there's no valid shipyards to build from. Really? You sure? Okay, fine, if you say so. We'll just knock over some of this space. Take it back, no problem whatsoever. We're not the only ones getting in on the action, though. The Infinite Ponder, weirdly, all the way down here. I've no idea why they're in completely the wrong quadrant of the galaxy, but they've decided to actually just start picking apart the Rayub, so... Alright, if you flip it insist, I guess you can, sure. In fact, I'm genuinely curious, when they succeed, are they going to take this over? Because nearby space belongs to me, so is this just going to be a tiny, tiny amount of... No, that belongs to me. Why have you handed that over to me? I have got no claim on that space whatsoever, aside from being the president of your federation, but... Okay, thanks, I suppose. Oh, slight miscalculation. Apparently there was a really, really, really flipping tough platform I wasn't expecting right here, and the Admiral's actually got himself killed as well. So yeah, this platform is... probably going to go down due to the firepower. We've just... Hang on. We've just gained... Oh! Okay. We've actually just gained boundary, which apparently the Rontas decided that they were going to help take over. And also the core. Brilliant. Thanks, guys. Oh, bloody hell. Yeah, that's the Federation fleet trashed again. I think I've just lost them in probably the same flipping system. Oh, this is marvellous. This is just flipping marvellous. I mean, hopefully, we'll be able to knock down that platform, and then you guys need to go and heal up, like, again. Also, what the hell is wrong with the economy now? Okay, how much are these selling for? They're selling for 8. Okay, put the price up a little bit. Get back up to... Actually, that's... Yeah, that's only... Yeah, it's because the price is falling. That's why the economy's in trouble. We need to make more money. Okay, yeah, actually, our economy's looking a bit shaky. We've always pretty much depended on the sale of alloys to prop it up. Now the price of alloys is finally falling. We don't actually have a decent enough, you know, core economy to support anything. Okay, hang on. Let's look at the policies here. Because right now, I am buying a flipping ton of consumer goods. I need consumer goods to keep myself going. So, how about we move our trade policy away from marketplace of ideas to consumer benefits. So, move that over. That loses me a bunch of Unity, but I think Unity is well under control right now. Because, yeah, we keep taking all of these recurring texts to make edicts last longer. Which I believe also impacts, like, the Unity ambitions. I'm pretty sure that's true. Yeah, 19 years and 6 months, so that's expanding those as well. So I need less Unity to keep them on, because now that single dump of Unity keeps those guys on for, like, 2 decades, rather than 12 years as it was, actually, fairly recently. So we've taken a few of those tax. So that works. That means I can basically stop buying any of these, so just completely cancel that trade. So at the end of this month, that should... hopefully, put us into a much, much better position. Also, why am I actually buying 21 rare crystals more than I need? Seriously, we don't need all of them. That's fine. Let's just tone that down a bit. Okay, what's that going to do to the economy now? That should be... Okay, now we're making ridiculously too many consumer goods. but that's probably fine. Well, maybe we'll sell some of them down the line. It's okay. Also, oh, would you believe that the xenophobe Fallen Empire are really sad that they've been conquered? Well, that's a shame, really. Maybe you shouldn't have actually declared war on me. Okay, these guys were able to knock over this platform as well, but at great, great cost. Those guys are really battered. So, you guys, yeah, go somewhere to heal up, if you'd be so kind. What's over there? That's just 6,000. In fact, you know what? Go and hunt them down. That's fine as well. We've got reinforcements piling in, I think, so we're under control for the time being. Are we ready to actually launch our invasions down here? I think we should be ready to launch at least one. Mother's down to, yeah, 600. Right, begin the invasions of all of these worlds. So land the armies there. And please tell me, no, that's just another admiral. That's fine. In fact, I think that's the same admiral, so that's A-okay. All we need to do now is they are immediately counterattacking. What a bunch of bastards. In fact, they've got up to 21,000, which is not great, but not terrible either. Are they actually trying to take that platform right now? Yes, they are. Okay, move back over here. Counterattack, please. I don't want to hand it straight back to them. Okay, they've knocked that straight over. Head over here. Let's just actually see if we can take that back and merge them immediately afterwards. I'm not losing that platform. Not after how much it cost us to take it. How's the invasion going, by the way? Oh, very, very easily indeed. That's absolutely lovely. Those guys are collapsing very fast. So Mother will go down, then Brother, then whatever the other one is. Right, you get over here, knock that platform down again, and there we go. Mother is going to fall to us. Now, obviously they don't care about that in the slightest, because why would they care about one of their capital worlds falling? Okay, maybe when we take their capital, then they'll care. Let's go and take Brother. I think Brother was... yeah, Brother is very much open to being taken. And Cradle's down to almost nothing to it. Actually, Brother is tougher. But, okay, that's fine. Honestly, I should have actually let my guys recharge. I'm worried we're going to lose. Yeah, we just lost one of them. That's a bit of a shame. Still, we're cutting through these guys pretty fast. This should be fine. And then before we actually invade Cradle, I'll let these guys recharge. Because, yeah, they do regrow their health out in space. Oh, flipping finally. The occupation has actually knocked them into being willing to accept the status quo. Good. Good, good, good. That's a relief. So, we will be wanting to do that, but I'm not doing it if it means we don't get Cradle. So, begin the final stage of the invasion, please. At this point, Cradle is basically unguarded, so that's absolutely fine. And there we go. It's like 4 tiny armies. This is not a big deal at all. The morale's probably pretty bad because we have been bombarding them for literally years at this point. And down they go. Yeah, no problem in the slightest, actually. Spot on. And with that, we have now actually taken the capital system of these bastards. We've taken the preserve. We've taken that. So I'm pretty much happy to just call it even right there. And just say, settle the status quo. No need for any more border adjustments. Because they can keep all of this, as far as I'm concerned, because if they actually get to just keep this stuff, then I've pretty much taken their economy off them. The worlds around here are relatively weak and underdeveloped worlds. Like, yeah, I think this is just stuff they've inherited off the Farine, actually. I believe these are all former Farine Authority worlds. Possibly anyway. Maybe they took them off someone else. No, it would have been the Farine, because look, there's some Farine over here. So, I'm happy to make peace with them. They'll probably focus on just eating the rest of Farine space, which I suppose they're welcome to do if that's really what they want. I just want this flipping war to be... They just decided to stop. Why did they... What? What? Why? Why did you just decide to... Okay, why did that just happen? Why was that a thing that just happened? You were willing to accept peace... Is it because... Oh. Technically, they're not being occupied. Because the territory I'm occupying isn't theirs anymore. It's mine. Oh, that feels like an oversight in how this is calculated. Okay, I need to recreate this scenario. Which I can do by invading all of these worlds. because these worlds, there's 3 of them as well. So if I just occupy 2 and then settle the status quo, then there will be occupied. Yeah, that'll have to do, I suppose. This is all very weird, but whatever. Right, yeah, you guys move over here, and you guys don't go there, like, quite yet. Just, like, wait a few minutes. Just let you know the other ships get ahead of you first. Oh, they're trying to counterattack, though. They're 100% planning to counterattack. Do not let them. Murder of the Fallen, hunt these bastards down. Do not let them take anything back. Your job is just to hunt those guys. Alright, get after them. You should be able to move significantly faster than them. So, aside from the jumps you won't be able to. Also, the flipping... Oh, I thought that'd be the Queptilians again. No, the Zelvans have actually built their own gateway, which is good, because I am planning to basically cut your empire in half. Right, in come my forces, and here we go. 21,000 versus 70,000. Plenty of artillery, and there we go. Good. Good, 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 good. And more as well. Good. So, we've mopped up that stupid force right there. Now, next up, we've already knocked over this, right? And yeah, these guys, everyone get over here, if you'd be so kind. Because this planet has only like 400 strength. Just get down there. Okay, you guys are just making gateways like it's going out of fashion. I'm guessing you don't have star bases anymore. So, yeah, you kind of have to, because you've got nothing else to do. Right, merge those guys and invade these worlds. As soon as we have the opportunity to call a peace, flipping call it. Here we go. This should be a walkover at this point. No problem whatsoever. These guys... yeah, these guys aren't actually even the gene-spliced armies or anything. These are defense armies made up of half-hardy Emissara, because these are colonies that were taken over. So we're basically liberating at this point. This is an act of liberation. Okay, 1 colony into possession. Now they're willing to surrender due to occupation. Okay, I'm going to take it. Screw it. Settle the status quo. Right there. Send that offer. I do not want to wipe them out, okay? In fact, I would have very happily left them. There we go. It's actually not the end of the war in heaven, because they're still fighting each other, and also I'm still fighting the Queptilians. Like, it's the end of one war in heaven, but, like, there's multiple wars happening at once. And there we go. Okay, so, the Zelvans, we now have peace. This is marvellous. How are we doing over here? These guys are at -10 right now. Same deal. Okay, I now know the trick. What we need to do is occupy a world in a system with multiple worlds and then use that as leverage to force a settlement. I really, really hope you guys have got such a system though, because if you don't, I'm not sure what we're planning to do. Aha! I've found the perfect spot. Over here in Borse, there are, in fact, flipping 6 worlds down, or to be precise. Hang on, is any one of these? No, that's actually 6 orbital habitats, but that'll do the job. Ah, there is 1 planet, yes. Okay, 1 planet, which has already been very heavily bombed and has no defense whatsoever. Yes, we can just walk into that. That's 100% fine. Okay, so, plan. What we need to do at this point is send some of our forces up north just to reclaim Tabby space. Tabby will be handed her territory back if we can get hold of it nice and easily, while the rest of our forces start moving up towards Borse and pushing the other guys into a position where they'll have no choice but to not surrender, but accept a white peace for now. One of our forces, however, needs to hang out in Doria to make sure they don't take their homeworlds back, because I don't want the xenophobes to have their homeworld. It'll make them too powerful. I'd rather economically cripple them by forcing them to rely exclusively on their colonies. Here we go. First Murder and Murder of Ganvius can just start making their way north. And they may as well do it in such a way as they just knock over a bunch of territory while they're passing through. Ah, but not this territory. This territory is a proper 60,000 strong platform. Don't walk into that. That's dangerous. Just... yeah, knock over all of this stuff, avoid the big tough platform. Grand Murder, which is currently weak, but I have reinforcements coming in, will join them. And Last Murder will stay and guard the core. But, though Grand Murder is currently weak, it's the fleet that everyone is set to follow. So as a result of that, our vassals should be coming with us. Now, as for these forces right here, they're all right next to a gateway. Now, there should be plenty of gateways knocking about this bit of space because you guys have just been building them everywhere. Like, yeah, there's just random ones all over the shop. So, that's good news. In fact, actually, can you guys just travel directly to Doria right now through the gateway? Because if so, that'd be marvellous. Yeah, they 100% can. They can just do a point-to-point jump this instant. Well, that's just flipping perfect. Oh, just look at all our forces following us. Each of them at different speeds because of the differing levels of technology. Oh, that's so cool. Literally everyone's following us. That's really nice. It just never ends. It's just a massive train of space death. Oh, and here come the reinforcements, by the way. There's a lot of star bases just pumping out reinforcements right now. And now that we control this gateway in Doria, actually, this is really interesting. I mean, I was planning to just, hand these straight over, but having access to the resources of Doria and having access to the resources of, the core worlds over here as well, and the fact they both have gateways, that's just 3 gateways basically dotted around the galaxy. My home system, then the core, and then the Zelvans. I should probably just keep those, to be honest. Like, I'm glad I set the archives free. They've made good friends, but
research complete.
I feel like maybe, there's good sense in holding on to the other worlds, because they've got very, very powerful tech on them. Alright, all the fleets are now together. Let's actually move as one, just to actually clear out this big old base here. Because I would not mind taking a gateway off them. And I think this might be a shipyard as well. So let's everyone just move together. In we go. In everybody goes. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. I think I've actually got enough firepower for this. I've brought some flipping friends. Spot on. In comes literally the whole galaxy. Knock, knock. It's literally everybody. Ah, good. Yes, I feel like this is enough firepower to officially destroy the frame rate forever, and they will go down in no time at all as well. Lovely. Ah, they actually do have an army here. Right, oh, bloody hell, which ones are mine? I don't know. If I tell my lads to start bombarding that world, will everyone who's brought armies along, get the idea and launch an invasion? Because many of you have brought armies along, so are you actually willing to land them, please? Because I'm very obviously showing interest in this planet. Yeah, there's a lot of armies going down, actually. Please don't immediately withdraw. Oh, it's a lot of slaves. There's a lot of flipping slaves. Who sent all the slaves again? Oh, it's the Emissarians. They're just basically planning to... Yeah, they've basically just decided to throw slaves out of the boat. But it's gonna work. Eventually, they are going to batter these people to death with their chains, drown them in their blood. It's all going to be lovely. Also, what's very nice is I'm not actually getting any of this territory. This all seems to be being handed over to the Shazarak, which is fine. I like the Shazarak. Me and the Shazarak are very cool with each other, and that system is going to be exactly the same. So the invasion should be over momentarily if it isn't already. And there we go. We've got that. Shazarak take over this place. Lovely. Let's just, keep moving on. Keep handing more territory over to the Shazarak. In fact, out of interest, diplomatic mode here. How many claims do you guys have down? Just this. Fine. So after we've taken this, I'm not sure he'll actually start getting it anymore. Also, I really like these guys. Right next to where we are. The only independent force in the entire galaxy. There's this huge federation. There's the Fallen Empires and their thralls and other signatories. Though actually there are none of them now. I think your Space UN really, really badly failed. And then there's these guys. Who are just not involved because they only emerged after the War in Heaven began. Now, speaking of Tabby Space. Tabbies have a lot of flipping claims. Right, so... we can actually take back all of Tabby's space, which we should 100% go and do. Because Tabby shall have her empire restored to her, damn it. Ah, slight problem. These guys have shut their borders to us just after our fleets moved through. Meaning that we actually have no way back out. Excuse me. Excuse me, lads. I'm afraid that's not gonna do. You need to open those borders, or you will be destroyed. Here we go. One quick claim on you lads for 60, because I've got this territory over here. Now, lads, you had your flipping chance. As a result of that, we're now declaring war on you. Screw you. Although, oh, everyone else has to vote yes. Okay, have enough people voted yes? Because they're basically being dicks, alright? That's why we're going to war. This is the war of you're being dicks. There we go. Right, time to get in there and destroy you then. You guys didn't have to be dicks. You could have just said, oh, I see you're just passing through, that's no problem whatsoever. But no. You had to go and make the war difficult. So now, it's your flipping war. Have fun with it. Also, here's something I didn't realise before. So yeah, actually, little habitats, they have literally no standing armies by default, which is very, very interesting indeed. I guess you can actually build fortresses there, but yeah, by default, they've got no defence, so they're very, very vulnerable. What about... You also have no defence whatsoever, and crime of 62% and no stability. Right, I'm basically doing you a favour by absorbing you at this point. All forces, head over here, begin bombarding this world, and hopefully that means that our allies will get the point that we would like them to invade, please. Right, 1,600 strength has actually arrived inside the bastard system, and now we are literally just going to take possession of their various orbital habitats. I don't even know how you built these. Your economy appears to be absolutely shambolic. So we will just simply occupy these one by one, no problem at all. And it looks like someone already decided to take that world for us. They've decided to surrender. Thank you. Maybe you just shouldn't have got in my way in the first place. Right, deploy Grand Murder in this direction in order to make the move towards Borsey. The rest of my forces, you guys, spread out. Let's start taking back some Tabby space. And here we go. Tenants of Tabby are already starting to get their space back. This is lovely. Alright, here we go. The strategy is working very, very nicely indeed. Over in Borsey, we're just knocking over their star bases and also like 9,000 strengthened armies that's just bumming around doing nothing. Meanwhile, First Murder is heading up towards Lux. Of course, the defences there were actually built by the Tabbies, so they're not going to be up to much. 6,500 and the final few remnants of the Queptilium fleet, which will go down in no time at all. Melted and flipping melted. We're going to take back Repose. Repose will be handed back to the Tabbies. The Tabbies have not only survived, we're going to make sure they get back everything they lost in this war. Now, as for Borsey, I'm going to deploy my forces over towards the one planet in the system and begin light bombardment. And I'm hoping that everyone else will actually get the message, and in comes the invasion. So this world will immediately fall to us automatically. There are literally no defending forces here. So we've already managed to take one of those worlds straight away. That pushes them to -4. Good, they're moving in the right direction here. In fact, weirdly, Repose has been converted into a Fallen Empire capital because they've lost their own. So they've decided the home of the Tabbies is worth being their new capital world. And apparently they've brought some funky tech all of their own too. No. Screw you. None of that. None of flipping that, please. We are going to bring our armies over here, and we're going to take possession of Repose, hand it straight flipping back. One slightly unforeseen thing. I think one of the worlds that we've taken back for Tabby has immediately flipped. So, hang on, who are you? You're Rebels of the Queptilium Reclaimers. Sorry, you actually just decided to go independent. Well done. Very ballsy of you. And when I say very ballsy, we kind of did all of the work for you, so whatever. I'm also a little bit concerned that, yeah, I do actually think we have a planet and more than one of these little kind of stations under occupation, and these guys are still at -5. So the Queptiliums, we may just need to completely wipe off the map, but that's fine because xenophobes are dicks and don't act as guardians of the galaxy anyway, so... if we need to get rid of them, we need to get rid of them. And in all fairness, shattering them means, yeah, Earth will be free, and the Benathi will be free, and what's left of the Rayab will be free. And then they won't all be joined together anymore, which is probably for the best. Oh, and the Fareem, do not forget the tasty elves. Oh, here's something I wasn't really expecting to see. So, the flipping Zelvan arbitrators, you know, the great xenophiles who love all life, they've built a Death Star. And they are literally the first and only people in the galaxy, as far as I'm aware, to build and fire it. Now, the Quactilians I would have expected, because they're literally the xenophobe, imperialist, fallen empire, but you guys are supposed to be nice and fluffy. Hang the flip on here. Pathar. Right, what on earth have you guys just done? And where is that Colossus? Ah, there it is. I see. Of course, you're still technically at war with the actual xenophobes. So now you're just going around and encasing their planets in impenetrable shields, because screw you. Okay, that's something to keep in mind about the xenophiles. They do actually have a super weapon. Gotcha. And I'm guessing now their plan is to just mop up all of this space. I mean, do I actually need any of this space up here? I don't really. Would you guys like this, by the way? You could have this if you wanted it. Apparently they literally don't want it. I physically can't offer them it. Okay, maybe I need to be at peace first, but... Ah, they don't have a border. Okay, once they take this world, then they'll be able to do that. Gotcha. Except, wait, hang on. I do have a border with them. I've got a border with them in the form of Eriness. I should be able to offer them Eriness. Hang on, let's just let the month tick over here. No, I can't offer them Eriness. And honestly, I'd be perfectly happy to just hand it over to them, really. They can have all of this stuff. I don't want or need it. Well, final few systems are just being snuffed out right now. And actually, I think we're done with the tenets of Tabby territory. At this point, I think there's nothing left. But actually, it's infinite. Yeah, it's infinite pond stuff. So, yeah, tenets of Tabby have had everything returned to them, with the possible exception of one world that's declared independence. This world is, yeah, that's definitely Prosnaken, nothing else. I'm happy to hand the Prosnakens all of this once they get this back, by the way. I will help them knock that out. What are you guys doing over there? Okay, go over here and knock out these armies to make sure they don't cause trouble, please. Oh, and these guys are actually down to -3. They're nearly ready to surrender, actually. That's good. Right, yeah, more territories need to be taken over. There are just flipping orbital habitats everywhere in the galaxy these days. I swear the AI didn't used to build them as much as they're doing now. Now, I don't mean to be rude or anything, my new potential Zelvan friends, but I can't help but notice that you actually just fired your super weapon on my flipping space. Why on earth? Oh! Yeah, that was a system which I'd taken the actual platform of. They're just going around encasing the planets in impenetrable shields because, I don't know, they find it flipping amusing. And as a result of that, the entire system is flipping to me. They're just sending around a super weapon that's going to flip these systems to me for free. So, thanks guys, I guess. Yeah, they're just not interested in surrendering. These guys are not up for it, even though we've taken all of this, but they still technically own this system. So in which case, we hand this system over to, I don't know, whoever flipping wants it, I suppose. And then we just simply wipe them off the map. They're just going to not exist anymore. And then, once we've actually wiped them out, we will actually be at peace. And then there's a lot of flipping admin to do, which is honestly what I've actually been looking forward to, because I've got to take huge swathes of territory that have fallen into my possession and figure out what to flipping do with them. And we're down to the dying embers here. The tenets of Tabby's been restored, the Prosnakens have reclaimed their territory, the Shazarak have actually just gained a whole bunch of stuff, yeah, just for free basically. These guys are brand new. Once the war's over, we might see if we can potentially just get them into the Federation. Not sure they'll be up for it, but honestly, as long as they're willing to not be dicks and not actually block progress, that'll be fine. Though actually, we can just move around them very easily, so even if they do decide they want to be isolationist, it basically doesn't matter. So that's absolutely fine as well. How much do you guys actually have left at this point? Anything? Alright, so have we taken over that system? Yeah, this is the last one. So now 2,700 odd strength. This should be their capital. Is this the capital now? It's saying colony. How many planets do you have left? You're saying that you've got... Oh, I don't like how they hide inside their own shell. Unless, of course, it's out of fear of me, which it presumably is, in which case, that's cool, haha, you stupid losers. So, Kuzan won, but they're also saying they own 2 planets in the Caravan system. Okay, hang on, where's that? Here we go, Korovon. Apparently they claim they... Oh! Have they managed to take a couple of planets? Have they? Well, so they claim. Okay, apparently, yes, they're occupying these 2 systems here, but they don't actually own the system, so it's not actually theirs, but okay. Also, it's not guarded at all. Alright, fine. If you insist, I'll go and take those planets too, but once we've taken this, you're literally out of systems. I mean, it feels like that should be the end of it, right? Here we go. Last few being knocked down right now. Honestly, morale seems to have collapsed. I'm not sure whether the game will insist I go and actually knock out those planets, but they don't own the system, so uh-oh. What happened to all my money? Where'd all the money go? I don't know. How about we just, like, sell, like, a bunch of stuff because I'm at capacity. So just, yeah, sell a whole bunch of stuff. There we go. That's better.
Aggressor colony emancipated.
And with that, you guys are actually out of territory. You don't own any anymore. And they're still, in fact, they're less likely to surrender now. Because technically they're not actually being occupied by anything, I suppose. Okay, fine, I guess. Right, deploy the Grand Murder together with all of the vassals. Hopefully they'll be able to handle all of that by themselves. Okay, more Death Star firing going on here. Technically all they're doing is putting an impenetrable barrier around it, preventing the people on the planet from ever being involved in wider galactic politics or exploration or expansion or whatever. But yeah, they are firing that thing quite a lot. Quite a lot, because, yeah, the only people that are allowed to fire it at is the Farine. That's literally all they can fire it at. But then again, I can actually save the Farine. Because if I very, very quickly stop the Queptiliums from existing, then we should be in good shape, yes. Okay, where are all my vassals? Yeah, there it is. There's the capital, guarded by an amazing 1 army. And as soon as my friends show up, which they should be doing sooner rather than later, yeah, in we come. There's, oh, it's going to be the Valdari. The Valdari might win the war. Also, there's going to be an election. No, never mind, I missed the election. We re-elected the current ruler. That's fine then. Why am I losing 3,000 energy a month? Oh, it's the price of flipping alloys. It's just completely collapsed. Okay. Okay. Right. What about these? Well, we're making a ridiculous surplus of those. Right, sell huge numbers of those immediately, just to keep us going, and then start actually selling some of them. Sell consumer goods. I'm making a monthly gain of 1,000. So how about we just sell a few hundred of them at a minimum price of... Okay, 0.36, because I literally just flooded the market. Set no minimum price. Do it anyway. Okay, but then, oh, I've still got to sell these. I can't cancel that. Because, yeah, okay, what's the price? I mean, sell it for any price. I don't care. We've just got to make some money. Sell 300. Does that shore up the flipping economy? Hopefully it does, but we need to make some flipping money here. Okay, what's that going to do when the month ticks over? I mean, 3,000 loss a month. That's a very, very bad deficit to have to deal with. Okay, still losing 3,000. Right, okay, it's not getting better. But once I manage to actually get rid of some of this star-based capacity, yeah, then that'll be fine. I just need to reorganize the Empire to make a bit more sense. Oh, what the flipping heck? It's the Rayub. What are they attacking? Oh, the Rayub are actually counter-attacking. Okay, that's something I didn't see coming. I mean, I guess technically they can have the world back if they want. They're probably going to win that particular fight. Probably. How much do we have even guarding the place? Okay, I think our soldiers are actually superior. And it's going to be close, but... Well, we can chase off their escorts. And then, yeah, once those soldiers actually decide to come back up into space, they are 100% boned. So, okay. Is there any chance we can actually win this? No, they've just got too many reserves. I mean, our forces are superior because we've got some good defensive forces down the ground there, but it's not going to be enough. And there we go. Those guys have already taken that back. And now, the last planet. This thing should now be the... Oh, it's a tomb world. It's a capital tomb world. You guys hate tomb worlds. Crimes at 100%, stability at 33. But this is it. This is all you've got. And you still wouldn't be willing to accept a status quo. Alright. Yep, deploy the armies. This is it. This is the end. You guys had your flipping chance. And apparently we're going to win by throwing slaves at xenomorphs.
Colony lost to invaders.
Oh, marvellous. Well, unfortunately, we lost the colony down south. That's fine, because it doesn't belong to the Fallen Empire. That belongs to one of the thralls. So, that's okay. And we just gained something else as well. That's good. Yeah, at this point, basically, we're just feeding slaves to xenomorphs. But some of the xenomorphs have got really sad, and now they're running away. So that's good. And now the slaves are just going to beat the xenomorphs to death. Job flipping done. I'm so sorry. Could we maybe free the slaves after we're done with this war? Because I feel like they deserve to be freed. And in come the reinforcements. And the Queptilium Reclaimers have been taken care of. There we flipping go. And with that, this war better flipping auto-end. They don't exist anymore. Oh my goodness, the war's technically not ending because all of their thralls are still fighting for them, despite the fact that they're not even there. You guys aren't even there. Who are you working for? There's nobody to work for anymore. Oh, bloody hell. Okay. Right. So apparently, you guys better be willing to just flipping give it up at this point. Wait, why? No. No, look, they're all different colours. They're all... This war should not still be going on. So to be clear, at this point, we have a war in heaven going on that does not involve any fallen empires. At all. It involves one federation versus a bunch of thralls who are blatantly not thralls anymore because they can't be thralls. They're not thralls because they don't have anyone to be thralling to. In fact... What's going on? Why is this war still happening? Ah, but these bastards, I think they play by slightly more sensible rules because they're already down to -3. So hopefully they won't be so ridiculously stubborn and just a handful more spankings might encourage them to give it up. Yeah, part of the problem is right now I'm paying out 14,000 energy a month just to maintain my star bases. Because my star bases are 1,200% more expensive than they should be because I can't give away any systems until these bastards surrender a war they're not even supposed to be fighting. I mean, I'd like to think this was all some form of cunning ruse to completely bankrupt me because at this point I am up to flipping 8,000 energy loss a month purely off the back of star bases. I am just flinging everything I can at this. Rahab has been eliminated. Rahab has been literally eliminated. We've just gained colonies for some reason. Hang on, just sell food. I don't care how cheap it is. Just sell all of it. That is going to keep us going. I can sell basically all the food I've got. I've cleared out the stockpiles and that only buys me like an extra 2 months. This needs to tick over to 26% because right now they're not willing to accept the peace because I don't know. I don't know why. Just accept the damn peace. This is... Okay, just so you know what's left at this point. This here, half of the Benathi Empire, the robots of Not Earth, and whatever Farine have not yet been destroyed by super weapons. So I'd say everybody should have bigger concerns right now than this war against the entire cocking galaxy. Alright, fine, I don't care. Every single one of these stations is just being downgraded. Even if it would be nice to be able to hand them straight back to their owner later, they're all just going. Alright? If you're a basic star thing, then you're just all getting downgraded. I know I could have done this much earlier, but I wanted to be able to hand over already upgraded star bases. Alright? So, apparently I can't. Screw that. These all get broken down. If these are just, yeah, there's so many with just crappy basic stuff here. All of these can go. I'd like to keep the more advanced ones if I can. That's not good enough to flipping justify. It's kind of nice, but screw it, we don't need it. That can... I'm pretty sure that's one of mine, actually. I'm pretty sure those two are actually mine. Yeah, those are the ones I actually want to keep, so I'm actually going to upgrade them further. They're back in my space. Right, that should have a positive impact. And when I say positive impact, I still need to sell huge volumes of alloys just to basically stay afloat. But that should have a good impact on the deficit, hopefully. Okay, it had no impact whatsoever. Literally no impact. That did not help in the slightest. And that's because I'm probably gaining star bases as fast as I can actually delete them. Hang on, there's probably a huge pile of them in... Yeah, what are you guys doing there? You can also go away. Okay, plan B. Accept bankruptcy. What does bankruptcy actually mean? Because I think we can just basically accept it, and that will be fine. So, if we're bankrupt and we have nowhere near enough money... then what actually happens? Because I think it's like a massive debuff. Hang on, what's the problem here? Yes, we've got a critical research shortage. 50% off minerals, don't care. Army damage. Army damage is a bit of a problem. Okay, I'll sell some stuff when the armies get into position. But I think I've actually got the position I need to be in to sort this out once and for all. By the way, yeah, just get me some more flipping crops. There's a world here that's got 2 planets. Alright? We just need to invade or take whichever one of them is... they're exactly the same. Fine, there's 1,000 there. We'll go and take one of them and... Oh, hang on. 26%. Wait. 20... No, that's 25%. That was just a deceptive shadow. I just need a percentage point. Just give me a percentage point. Hang on, why did that just go up to plus 1,000? Wait, what? What happened? What just happened? I mean, I just deleted a whole bunch of these, that's certainly true, but was that enough? Oh my goodness, have I fixed the economy? I think I fixed the economy. Right, you guys can still surrender whenever you bloody feel like it, by the way. Also, for reasons I'm not clear on, all of this space is being claimed by the Havel, who are way down here, so I'm assuming there's a wormhole somewhere around here, because for whatever reason, these guys have laid claims down everywhere around here. Well, if it is a wormhole, I'm not sure where it is. I don't see a wormhole around these parts. Right, one world to be occupied, and I'm hoping a system under occupation will actually lead to plus 1%, which it really flipping should do. Alright, I have sent flipping Gene Warrior armies to your planet. Don't even bother trying to defend, you won't win. Also, who the heck are the Silicron Knowledge Seekers? Because, oh... okay, possibly the archives wasn't as stable as I was hoping for. So there's been a breakaway. Okay, hang on. Who the heck are... oh, you guys have had an AI rebellion! I've literally never seen one of these before. It just doesn't seem to happen very often, but okay. There's an AI rebellion going on over there. Alright, so you guys have got a decent level of strength, actually. Yeah, there's a 24,000, 18,000. Okay, so total up to about 50,000. And unfortunately, these guys, their fleets are busy on the far side of the galaxy. Sorry, kind of my fault. But you do have multiple gateways, so you should be able to get home nice and fast. Yes, this is indeed a machine uprising. Now, I've no idea if that is actually technically total war or not. Anyway, I'll send over one fleet to help put it down. Here we go. So I'm just sending the Federation fleet to basically go and stand over here, guard this area, make sure they don't cause too much in the way of trouble. So, where have they just gone? I don't know where they've just gone, but whatever. Hopefully they'll be able to get there sooner rather than later. Obviously, this is another war. I did not need another war right now. Oh, flip, that's 26%. And weirdly, all of a sudden, plus 5. Screw it, settle the status quo. Send the offer. I don't care. Whatever the offer is, just make peace. Make flipping peace. Are they going to... they better accept it. Oh, flip, it's over. It's flipping over. Yes. Yes, because apparently you guys are now like a fallen empire or something. Okay. It's over. It's all flipping over. Right. all fleets return home, with the exception of the Federation fleet, which is going to go and deal with the problem of the robot uprising. Now, are we still a federation? Because I'm not supposed to have federations. That's not supposed to be a thing that can happen. But whatever, it's a thing that's happened. Okay, everyone's returning to dock, which should make the ships a lot cheaper to maintain. In addition, how much to reinforce? 41,000. Screw it. Spend everything we've got on some upgrades right over there. I'm still not at peace, however, but the Federation fleet should be able to handle this by itself. Where is the Federation fleet right now? It is a few jumps away from the gateway. That's fine. And I don't care that the Bir Nathi managed to get like a little bit of their territory back. That's all 100% fine. We just need to get over here and take care of these fleets. So how are you going to do against this? Because, yeah, actually, you're taking on some very, very tough little star bases there. Oh, I think it is a total war, because I swear they've just eaten some territory they did not have in the first place. They did not have some of that at the beginning of this. Here we go. First on the scene is actually First Plasma. I've deployed the rapid response fleet just to actually get this sorted out nice and quickly. So, oh, they stole the Science Nexus. Oh, that's rude. The robots flipping stole the Science Nexus. No, not cool. So, we can knock down the Envelope robots nice and easily here. Just getting in among their station. The game is running a lot nicer now that we're no longer making a war in heaven happen and everyone's calmed down a little bit. So, shields down. And as soon as shields are down, yep, then it just flipping melts. Absolutely spot on. So, First Plasma can take some of that. These guys are you bombarding a system right now? Yeah, you're bombarding the archives itself. We will go and relieve you as soon as I can. Rapid response, there we go. Get over there, go and take care of... Wow, you're actually going to just use a gateway to warp over there. That's just flipping lazy. Font of Knowledge, what's happened to this place? It's... yeah, covered in flipping drones right now. It's all robots, with the exception of workers, who I'm guessing are being... amalgamated. Okay, it's all gone a bit Matrix. Right, people are just batteries. Gotcha. Now, get on top of these guys, and we've already... yeah, now we're just going to shred their fleet. That's Plasma, isn't it? No, that's Rapid Response Murder. So that's just going to bypass their shields. Not the most effective way of dealing with these guys, to be honest, because I believe they've just got normal ships. But we should still be able to chase them off nice and easy. So the archives have been relieved immediately. How much defense do you have down over here? 150. Basically nothing. So that's fine. You guys may as well start heading south, relieving the other colonies, please. Except you can't, because the gateway is... hang on. No, the Font of Knowledge is blocking you. Fine, there's FTL inhibition on the Font of Knowledge. Okay, where are my armies right now? Oh, there's still a few jumps out. That's a shame. Unfortunately, that's going to mean... okay, you guys, loop round... well, why don't you just... oh, because you're in battle right now. That's reasonable. Yeah, just go round this way and loop round there to relieve these bastards. And you could actually do a jump. That's actually a good point. You can actually do a point-to-point jump right there. Yeah, may as well. Screw it. Initiate jump to this point right here. Just bypass the FTL inhibition. Even with the extra weakness, you'll be absolutely flipping fine. You'll be able to mop up all of this, no problem. In fact, I think they might be fleeing. Don't actually let them get away if we can avoid it. Let's just murder their starbase. Good. This AI rebellion is not going to go well. Right, we're in a position to relieve Blonde. These fleets are going to go down, no problem whatsoever. We'll probably take a little bit of light damage here, but it's not much at all. And here we go. The Transformer symbols are being wiped out. Job flipping done. Apparently crime just flourished. And the Font of Knowledge has been reclaimed. Spot on. This rebellion will be put down in no time at all. And here we go. Their last world. These guys had a good run at the archives, but thankfully the archives were part of a big, strong, powerful federation. And as a result of that, life is good. And that war is over. And bloody hell, we're at peace. Okay, just pause before another bloody war breaks out. Because, hang on, let's just actually turn this off. This is the amount of territory I now control. And also there's a bit up here. And like these bits, for some reason, I need to start disposing of this territory, like, right now. You guys, would you like it? Would you just like free stuff? Yeah, I'm very happy to just transfer to you. That's fine. How much do you want? Do you want all of it? You can have all of it. Okay, one of the messes have actually come into existence on account of this war here. So I've actually turned off the, yeah, everyone in the Federation is the same colour, just for the time being. So, the Great Raxar hierarchy, fine, they're independent. The Starfish, I think, gained a tiny bit of territory at some point or other. The Havel have weirdly managed to, yes, actually, they've done really well out of it. The Havel actually gained, I believe this used to be the Juberan space. So, they've basically taken all of that, and they've also just taken this territory over here. And I've no idea on what grounds they've taken it, but they have. That's just what's going on. Also, who are you and why are you there? Okay, fine, you're just being disbanded because you're confusing. Right. So, yeah, the Binathi, they've been basically broken apart. There's a tiny bit of... Hang on, there's... Emissary Citizen Confederacy. Oh, okay. So, I probably should have taken these two systems. You probably wanted these two systems too. Well, no matter. And what about the Rontor? Hang on. Yes, okay. So. The Rontor have definitely lost some territory. I can give some of that back to them. I've also picked up... Why have I got this? Why do I own this? I don't want to own this. Okay, Iblyria, do you guys want that? There we go, Iblyria. Any chance you're willing to pay for it, by the way? Like, in alloys would be ideal. Oh, yes, they're actually willing to pay quite a lot for this. 1,700 alloys. I'll be taking that, thank you. There we go, handed straight over to them. Spot on. Right, what else do we need to sort out here? Because the big thing is all of this territory up here, which is a mess. The Tents of Tabi maintain a bit of space over here. Right now, I believe the Zelvans they are still in a war in heaven. Even though there's no one for them to war in heaven against, they just are. Against people who can't possibly fight back. So, they're just going to eat the Farine. Nothing I can do about that, that's fine. The thing is, I'm not actually opposed to the Zelvans being strong and recovering. So I'll have a think about how I want to deal with that. But the big thing is, I need to figure out what the bloody hell is going on here. So, oh, this space doesn't even belong to anybody. Okay, right. Let's get over to Sector View here. I need to get the tiles back on the map, but, like, working for me now. One thing I can do immediately, Eden Odia can just become independent. Don't need them anymore. That's fine. And it can be run by snails. Sure. And they've gone for a lovely little house symbol. Great. There we go. And... alright. Apparently those tiny guys have been vassalized by the Prosnakans. That's good as well. So, they're now independent. And they should be able to survive by themselves. Also, there's a lot more planets being shielded up there. There's arguably too many... Ooh. Oh, flip. Do you guys actually have a Colossus? Oh, hang on. That's the Zelvan Colossus. Right, the Zelvans have come all the way over here just to basically destroy the Binathi. Obviously. Okay, it looks to me like Yenon was the old capital of the Tiles. I believe that's true. Here we go. So, they're doing fine on food, but they're missing a giant pile of minerals. So, I'm going to create that vassal right now, and then I'll just add systems into it until that gets sorted out, because there should be enough nearby systems that if I just basically pile it in, like, say, what's this one? This is the, here we go, the Kasich Eyrie. That's also lacking in minerals. Okay, where do you guys get your minerals from in that case? Well, I guess there's enough systems floating around. You'd probably be okay if I just transferred systems over to you sufficiently. Yeah, there's a lot of systems dotted around here. You'd probably be okay. Let's just start it off. We'll just kind of start working from here and figure it out as we go. So this is going to be the new Tile Republic. So we're just going to, yeah, create those guys. So there's the New Tile Republic right there. For some reason, you guys don't get south. So, and let's just quickly make sure that gets updated and we can see what's going on. Oh, you've gone for a lovely sun. That's very, very nice indeed. And unfortunately, they're yet another criminal syndicate because everyone's a criminal syndicate because screw it, why not? Right, I'm going to give them a bunch of stuff now. So South and Hark, they can have those as a starting point. And Ejax down there, yep, sure. South, Hark, Ejax, yep, they like all of those, good. Alright, they eat all of them, that's no problem at all. Now the question is, am I allowed to give them additional planets? Like, can I actually hand over the system of Mias to these guys? Is that actually allowed, or because that's a different sector, is that against the rules for whatever reason? No, they can totally have Mias. Okay, in which case, I guess I may as well give you guys... yeah, you can have Mias. You definitely can't have terminal egress. That's, you know, quite strategically important, actually. You can have Menok as well, and... where's the other one? Yeah, Therese. You can have all of them. There you go. Have fun. The problem is I've got to do this step by step. So... I'll give them all of that. There we flipping go. And then actually that stops being an independent sector. Okay. Now Mawia, that can most definitely be its own independent sector. Because those guys used to be independent. Then I'll just give them Turim and that'll be fine. Oh yeah, look at that. The garden's already very, very well set up. So create that vassal. That's not going to be the New Tile Republic because the New Tile Republic is the New Tile Republic. They're going to be the Great Tree Republic instead. There we go. They now exist as an independent empire, and I'm going to restore Turim to them as well. Just actually decide, yeah, what are they going to pick? Ooh, a nice star. That's lovely. So they get Turim. That's fine. What else do I want to give them on top of that? In fact, actually, there's... okay, hang on. Just give them that, because that's the important one. And figure out strategically what they ought to be given. Because at this point, yeah, they should probably just have... they should have just those two. That'd be fine. And then, other than that... what were these guys over here? Hang on, did that used to belong to... who did all of this used to belong to? I can't remember. I mean, I could just make everybody independent. Everyone could just be made independent. That would certainly be possible. Oh, yes, Uthon. Can I actually hand over Uthon to you guys, by the way? Can you just manage that for me? Yeah, there we go. You guys just have Uthon. That's fine. Okay, so the Euthonians have now actually been reunified. For the first time in a very, very long time indeed. Those guys are all in one place. Spot on. Now, the question is, what else do we actually have around here that could technically be independent? Because, yeah, we've got Devon around here. The problem is, obviously, Devon stays with me because Devon's feeding us. So that means I just need to find something to do with all of this territory up here. Probably it's just fair to divide it between, yeah, the Great Tree Republic and the New Tile Republic. That'll probably be fine. Now, the Kamak Perch, which I believe used to be... was that Juberan Space? I think that might have been Juberan Space. These guys appear to be mostly capable of managing by themselves, with the exception of energy. But there's plenty of energy coming off the surrounding systems, so yeah, you guys can immediately be made independent and... hang on, maybe these guys weren't, but screw it, we can have half Roman, half snails. Now, as for this territory up here, so T'Chal Pol, I believe that was the core of... Rayub Space, or was that further north? I can't remember. In either case, I believe this was a decent-sized empire that appears to be in good shape. Here we go. Lacking in consumer goods, lacking in energy, otherwise decent. In fact, actually, I believe this was the Heart people. So that's... I can't remember what they were called. So I'm just going to call them the Empire of Love, because they definitely had a heart back in the day. So that's them. Please pick the heart symbol as your symbol. Go on. No, they've gone for a sunrise, and I think I upgraded armor. I'm pretty sure that's an armor tech. That's all the armor tech. Now Glop. That must have been the... yes, that must have been the Rayab. So Glop should be in good shape. So where's Glarp precisely? Here we go. Yeah, looking good. Bit lacking in consumer goods, slightly lacking in energy, but when their trade policy becomes their own, they'll be fine, especially when I just pass them some flipping stars and whatever. That'll be okay. Yes, that's most definitely the Rayub right there. And those guys, as they were always a Megacorp, can be new Rayub Limited. Hooray! So, those guys are now going to be up there. And, oh, they've gone for a wing. A lovely soaring wing. That's very nice indeed. And, yeah, we've managed to clear up most of this space. I will, give you guys Kepler as well. We're almost done with the new tiles, so that should be everything the tiles need. After that point, yeah, then you're at the border with the Ronta, so you don't get any of that. They go up to Devon, so the border's back where it was. The Mawia possibly have more territory than they used to have, but it's very similar. The actual Reformed Juberan Republic, those guys are... I think that's where the Juberans were. Possibly they were over here. No, they were totally over here because it was this space. Right, well, that's just a different Juberan state at this point. This bit of space doesn't appear to have any major things going on aside from... Ooh, hang on, is that Sigma Draconis? Is that where the dragon was? No, because I've already got it scanned. I don't know who owned that or when, but... whatever. Doesn't seem to be a dragon there. Right, we'll just hand over this territory between these two. And then these guys can just eat lots of this territory. We'll have given away most of that. And, that leaves one big decision to make, which is... how do we handle the Zelvin Arbitrators? And how much of this space up here do I actually want to maintain? Because I actually might want to keep some of this. I gave away the archives, and I'm kind of glad I did, because it's nice that these guys have their own fleet that's actually decent strength, actually. It's not so bad at all. So, they will contribute to the war at the end of the galaxy. We'll see. But, yeah. What to do with the old bits of space up here, especially, this bit of space. Possibly to Tabby? Yeah, I could give it to Tabby just because I like Tabby. That's certainly true. I'll have a think about that, ladies and gentlemen. I'll try and figure out how I'm going to sort out the mess up north. And we'll do that at the beginning of next time, when actually, it's past 2550. The game is now rolling dice for the endgame crisis, starting 50 years after the date when the endgame stuff starts to appear, i.e. stuff like, the War in Heaven. This is the point where the game starts rolling the dice. Any moment now... it could start happening, and Endgame Crisis could just rock up. So, we need to figure out who our friends and enemies are and what the shape of the galaxy should be to best help us deal with that threat, because now we've got large chunks of the galaxy on our side, the vast majority of it, but most of these guys are not that strong, really. I need to figure out the most efficient way for the galaxy to be laid out, for me to get as rich as possible, as quickly as possible, to fund a much bigger, stronger, more powerful fleet, and I need to build the damn thing too. Yes! We'll see about that next time, ladies and gentlemen. But in the meantime, I've been John. This has been many a true nerd. This has been Stellaris Megacorp. Thank you very much, and goodbye. This is the face of death, okay? This is what my sudden death looks like. Do not engage before we arrive. Do not engage. What are you doing? I specifically said don't. Oh, no.
No, John.
Oh, he likes that. The Romans touched me.